In this digital era, you don't poison them with your food. Make sure the food isn't poisonous. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel with me Zeva. I can't believe we are already in the month of December. Months just go by super quick. On that note, I'd like to give my special thanks to all my lovely subscribers that have kept up with me since I started this channel last year, so thank you so much. This year specifically has been an extra challenge for all of us in our own ways, but don't forget to count your blessings because that really helps. Now that we are in the holiday season, it doesn't mean that we can't enjoy it to the fullest. I think while a lot of us out there, including you at home watching my videos, maybe this year we've been thinking more about the habits that we do, the choices that we make. That's why I think it's a great time to incorporate eco-friendly ideas to your holiday season habits. We can't deny that usually at the end of the year, people don't really implement environmentally friendly habits. But it doesn't mean we can't enjoy ourselves, we can't be festive, we can't be celebratory during this period of time while trying to be eco-friendly. I'm going to be showing you how to stay eco-friendly and also enjoy and have a wonderful holiday season. Let's start with number one. Because a lot of us tend to like to shop at the end of the year, whether it's for ourselves, whether it's for our own families or gifting to other people, make a priority-based shopping list. This is so we won't be impulsive, we won't be excessive when it comes to shopping things that we need and shopping things that we want. And when we're purchasing things for ourselves or for other people as gifts, make sure it is something that is good quality that can be put to good use. Because we don't want to use something or we don't want to give something to others that probably would end up in landfills or like the garbage bin because they won't be using it. Or we won't be using it much. It's just totally wasteful. Usually what I also do before I decide to buy certain things that are new, I would do comparisons. So I would open up certain sites or I would look at certain stores, but of course during this pandemic era, I would buy things online, right? So I would compare the quality, the style, the usability of these products from one place to the other, just to make sure that what I'm going to be purchasing is worth it. Ideally, it's a sustainable and or an ethical brand, but I'm gonna be realistic, it's not always achievable. So at the very least, it has to be something that is of good quality. So it's not going to be flimsy and easily tossed away. It's also best to shop local. So rather than shopping regionally from another province in your country or even internationally from another country, that's more carbon footprint, that's more energy. So always look around, it's a more sustainable option. And remember, before you decide to purchase something new for yourself especially, see if there's nothing back home that you already have that still can be used. But of course, there are many instances where you just can't reuse things anymore. You really need to purchase something new. Then do purchase something new, but purchase wisely with sustainability in the back of your mind. Now, this connects to the second one. Of course, during the holiday season, many people are in the mood to gifting presents, gifting gifts to the people that they care about, to friends and family that they love. Another option to purchasing something new, why not make something yourself? So a homemade or a DIY gift. You can gift your own delicious homemade cookies in a jar or cakes in a jar. You can also make DIY body butters or hand lotions. And then you can also make your own homemade soaps to give to your loved ones. Even making your own body scrubs are super easy. There are DIYs in my channel that you can try. If you're into knitting, you can knit something, for example, scarves, or you can make handmade jewelry. And for those of you who are into brewing, you can brew drinks, whether it's brewing kombucha, brewing wine, brewing beer, anything that suits your traditions and your beliefs. And for the items and ingredients, you can search for things already in your household, or you can also purchase in bulk online. It's much more cheaper as well. For ideas, there's always things on Pinterest. Like there are so many things that you can find on Pinterest for ideas, or even on YouTube. And there's always that special touch when you create something using your own bare hands and gift it to somebody. It can be uniquely special and uniquely thoughtful. Now let me give you my 2 cents about gift wrapping. If we think about it, when we gift wrap gifts with conventional papers, gift wraps and all of that, usually it's gonna be thrown away, right? Not everybody usually keeps the gift wraps that they receive. They want what's inside, not what's wrapping it outside. So that creates a lot of waste. There are so many eco-friendly ideas that you can implement when it comes to wrapping your gifts. I actually made a few videos last year and also one this year, these two, so go check them out for eco-friendly ideas and how to gift wrap. And don't worry, people who will receive your gifts will still be happy because what counts most is what's inside, right? That's the point of gift wrapping, to wrap what is inside. But if they can reuse the gift wrap, that's a plus point. Or it's something that is recyclable or compostable, that's natural, that's also a bigger plus for our nature. In this digital era, you have to harness technology. And by the way, usually when you're gifting people things, it's usually those that are closer to you, right? For everybody else, not everybody gets gifts from you, that's the reality. But it doesn't mean that you can't say your greetings to them. And this is where digital e-cards come in. So send digital greeting cards. And I think a lot of people do this already. For example, usually in various events throughout the year, including special events at the end of the year, people would send greeting cards through social media, whether it's WhatsApp, Telegram, and Facebook, and so on and so forth. But why not also incorporate it when you're gifting things to people? For example, you give a gift to people and you say, for the card, I'm going to send it to you via social media. But if you want to make your own card, if you want to buy a special greeting card for the gift, you can also do that. But make sure it's not excessive, and there's always a digital option. Now, talking about everything tech and digital, why not give digital gifts? There are many gifts that you can give to somebody that is not physical, that is not the form of a product. For example, you can give them gift cards, gift vouchers, you can give them tickets to certain concerts or certain sports events. If somebody is into reading, you can always give them ebooks or ebook vouchers. If you know somebody is passionate about a certain topic, about a certain issue, and they can up their game or up their professionalism about something, you can always purchase them an online e-learning course or training. If your loved one has long wanted to become a part of a society, of a community that requires a membership card, there are gifts that are experience-based that can be bought digitally, that don't require wrapping and has low carbon footprints. During the holiday season, it's not always about purchasing things for yourself, for your family, for the people that you care about. It can be beyond that as well. It can be way more selfless as well. For example, supporting environmental and wildlife causes, such as donations to charities, foundations, NGOs that has environmental and wildlife programs, whether it's reforestation, conservation, public education, rehabilitation. There's so many out there actually. And while you're at it, you can also offset your carbon footprint by supporting carbon offsetting programs. Carbon offsetting programs, for example, through tree planting or through renewable energy generation. Some organizations that implement these services, for example, are Carbon Fund, Carbonify, TerraPass, and also Sustainable Travel. Just look for ones that exist in your country. This method is also really great for everybody out there, including yourself, who are struggling finding ways and how to have more sustainable habits. It takes time to gradually shift this kind of habits, right? So at the very least, why not support those who are already the front guards of making sustainability programs, whether it's environmental programs or even wildlife programs. But everybody has their own process. No judging, no rushing. Just take your time, but be consistent and persistent. When we talk about the holiday season, especially when your tradition has a lot to do with decorations, which big tradition isn't, by the way, we cannot not discuss about decorations. If you already have decorations lying around the house from the previous years, reuse those decorations. Or if you don't have any, or the ones that you have aren't of good quality anymore, and it's not good enough to decorate your house with. When you do purchase something new, always have sustainability in mind. So purchase something that is good quality and that will last for years. And once you have those new products, those new decorations, make sure that you take care of it so it will last. Don't be reckless and easily ruin things and breaking things, because usually these decorations are from fragile materials, for example tinsel and whatnot, or lights and whatnot. And by the way, talking about lights, please do use LED lights or solar lights. But the most important thing that you need to know is LED lights and solar lights use less energy. And we also need to shift our way of thinking when it comes to decorations. It doesn't mean that decorations can't be natural. There are many ideas out there where you can make natural things as decorations, whether it's flowers, whether it's trees and plants. And by the way, if you celebrate Christmas, it's always good to use those potted trees. I read that it's more sustainable. The plastic ones, they say, are actually not that sustainable. It may last longer, but the process in making those plastic trees aren't very sustainable, and it uses a lot of energy. Now, of course, when it comes to gatherings of the family, holiday season, we need to discuss more about food. Make homemade meals. It's best to make these homemade meals with local and organic ingredients, local and organic produce. It's much more healthier. We also support local farmers more. There's less carbon footprint. It's just a win-win. And please don't do takeaway. I mean, I know that most people would make things homemade during the holiday and the festive season, but I know that some people out there who are too lazy or maybe they just don't really have enough cooking skills, they usually opt for takeaway. And when you buy takeaway, that means more packaging and more waste. Save it for another day. For this special holiday season, do make homemade. It's better and healthier anyway, depending on what you make, but it's cleaner and less waste. Now, talking about food, we also need to mention this one here. Don't use disposable plastic or paper-based plates, bowls, cutleries, cups. Use porcelain or glass-based ones instead, for example. I know, by the way, there are bowls and also cups and also plates that are plastic-based that people can reuse, that aren't disposable. You can use it as well, but make sure that it's not disposable and you're going to be reusing them. But at best, use porcelain and glass-based ones because it looks better, it's more luxurious, and it lasts longer. As long as you don't throw it out the window and break it. Last but not least, number 10, don't toss away food leftovers. Sometimes, especially when you have your families all gathering in one place and you have all these meals to choose from, there usually will be food leftovers. Now, what do you do with it? Do compost it. So don't just chuck it away and then mix it with everything else. If you don't know how to compost, head on over to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. There are a few videos on how to best compost at home. It's really easy to follow through, so don't forget to watch that after you watch this video. Or another option that you can also do, but basically composting I think is like the most achievable thing. It's like really easy and everybody can do it. But another step that you can do, for example, if in your area there are livestock, whether it's chickens or pigs that eat anything, you can also give the food leftovers to them. But make sure don't poison them with your food. Make sure the food isn't poisonous, because animals deserve to have a feast of their own. As long as you don't give chicken meat to your chickens and like bacon to your pigs. By the way, in my channel, I don't judge those who are vegan and I don't judge those who are not vegan. Everybody is in their own pace and everybody has their own decision, but I do want to make sure that we are all responsible with our choices and make wise choices, whatever that choice is. Try to be as balanced as possible and as responsible as possible, because every decision we make has an impact somewhere else. And everybody's different. I know people who have certain medical conditions that it is impossible for them to become vegan or vegetarian even. And the other way around, I know people who needs to have a more vegan-based or a vegetarian-based diet. So the only person that knows you best is yourself. So those are my wonderful eco-friendly ideas during holiday season that you can implement whatever you celebrate. I hope you have a wonderful time gathering with your loved ones, with your family, and especially now as the pandemic, just don't forget about the social distancing rules. But usually with your close family, like your mother and your father and your siblings, it's okay. Or your spouses too, and your children if you already have any. Have a wonderful holiday season. I hope that next year will be a better year for everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and watch my other videos if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.